1, 2, 3, 4. If you can do all your stuff, what can figure it out? That's how it chooses you.
Hey, hey.
That's Claire.
That's Teresa.
We're talking Smidgen today. We're smidgening.
It chooses you. Smidgen edition.
That's the best song you've ever written.
You are so generous to my musical self.
Yeah, I'm only this generous to you and like 2 other people in the world.
That is not a renewable resource.
It's really not.
Not for introverts, anyway.
That's right. Finite. Cannot generate any more. I'm very sparing with who gets it. And you get it, because you're awesome.
Yeah. And you all get it by proxy.
That's right. You can witness someone else getting it. That's the best I can do for you. I'm doing my best for the few people who get it in real time, in real life. But the rest of you can watch other people receive it.
And if you want to make sure you get it regularly, like, subscribe, and download our episodes. It really helps us out. And let's face it, it's going to be good for you.
Yes, we're the podcast equivalent of broccoli.
Thanks. You don't have to like it.
You just have to listen.
I'm smidgening today.
You're smidgening. What you smidgening about?
Teresa, this may sound like a ridiculous topic for a smidgen, but today I'm talking about sandwiches.
So you're talking about sandwiches. We've talked about snack plates and a Christmas movie I hated and any number of very small yet slightly interesting things. So I think sandwiches totally fit the bill. Completely apropes.
Well, and it's what I care about right now. So this is what y'all are getting.
That's right. Sandwiches are important.
And the more I thought about sandwiches this week, the more I realized that they actually represent something really important to me, which I'll get into. Making mountains out of molehills, that's what we do here at It Chooses You, Incorporated.
Yes, sorry, I don't know how to make, I'm sorry, I'm wiping the tears out of my eyes, and I got snot coming out of my nose.
Are you having trouble focusing on sandwiches, Teresa?
No, I never have trouble focusing on sandwiches. I'm having trouble timing the jokes I'm adding to your situation.
So this episode idea came to me basically because I've been craving an Italian sub all week and I didn't get one. So here we are.
Yeah, so here we are. That's right.
Let me just set the purview of this episode for a second. I'm talking about cold, deli-style sandwiches. That is the topic.
This is not panini.
No.
This is not a cheesesteak.
This is not an Italian sausage with peppers. This is not, yeah, exactly. To me, I really feel like this is going to be our most controversial episode ever. But to me, a hot sandwich is an entree. And though we eat sandwiches as a meal, it's really somewhere between a meal and a snack.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which brings me to my next point. Sandwiches are a very personal thing. I am going to express a lot of opinions here, okay? And please know that whatever you all do with your sandwich, however you like it, more power to you. You hate mayo? Fine. You insist cheese on sandwiches is gross? Fine. You do you, but I'm bringing you all into my sandwich universe today. So just go with the flow, my babies. Eat the sandwich you want to see in the world. This is today's source for this episode is me.
We talk about a lot of challenging topics on this podcast. Sprinkled in among the fun. We talk about a history of how white people have maybe not been the best kind of people over the course of history. Over the whole course of history. Right? That's hard. But we know that people take sandwiches very, very seriously.
They do.
And if you're going to get mad at us, it's probably going to be over something we all think we can control, which is how to construct a sandwich.
Yep.
Not how do we deal with institutionalized oppression that we benefit from. So I get it. I understand all of your disclaimers.
Most people's first experience of sandwiches was usually at school. School lunches, right?
At least here in America, yes.
When I was a kid, every day, my mom made me a turkey sandwich on white bread with mayo. That's it. It was a terrible sandwich of sadness. Every damn day.
Mm-hmm. An all-white sandwich.
Beige. Taupe. Ecru. My best friend, her mom, would make her sandwiches that were beautiful. So it would be on like something interesting like wheat berry bread, some Oro wheat, and it would be something like roast beef with some crispy lettuce. Just colorful, crunchy, different textures. Big, and I wanted that damn sandwich, but it was not the sandwich presented to me.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Another close friend of mine, a few years ago, introduced me to her sandwich rule. I call it the 5 things rule. It's not a sandwich unless it has at least 5 things on it. That includes condiments, but not the bread.
Okay.
I now live by this rule. And this is where I feel like we're going to get controversial first time. Ham and cheese, not a sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly, not a sandwich. Those are snacks, people. A hamburger is not a sandwich. It's an entree because it's hot.
Yeah.
Now, the only exception to the 5 things rule is a tomato sandwich. That can be a sandwich if you're using really good tomatoes. It can be whatever the hell it wants to be because it's so magical. I don't know what to say about the grilled cheese. I'm not sure. I will say that grilled cheese is a question mark.
Grilled cheese is hot.
It is hot. I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there as a question. I don't know.
I mean, any good philosophical inquiry is going to leave some gray areas.
That's right. I come from a family of people who are prone to settle. My family has a long history of accepting good enough.
Of living a life that is the equivalent of a turkey and mayo sandwich on white bread.
You're picking up what I'm putting down. This is exactly where I'm going. So over the years, that turkey sandwich has come to represent good enough for me because I'm not that great.
Who deserves color? Who deserves crisp vegetables?
Someone else, not me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like this sad sandwich is all I deserve. And as I grew up and slowly started to realize that my life was my own and I didn't have to settle for good enough, I started making myself killer sandwiches. It sounds silly, I know. But yeah, you can eat a sad sandwich or you can work a little harder, put some creativity and love into your sandwich and have a fucking better life. Now, again, if you have a favorite sandwich and it's 2 things and it's not really a sandwich according to me and you love it and you want to do it and it's easy, great, that's fine. But for me, the sandwich has become the receptacle of all my belief in the good things we all deserve.
Yeah.
I think we all deserve wonderful sandwiches.
Right. You're also not imposing your sandwich ideology on anyone else.
Yeah.
They're allowed to enjoy what they enjoy. I'm allowed to think of peanut butter and jelly sandwich as a sandwich. And if it hits the spot, then that's okay with you.
Yeah.
You're just saying you have a slightly more refined sense of it and have put a little bit more love and thought into what a sandwich means than others may have.
A sandwich has basically become self-care for me.
Some people do face masks. Some people do sandwiches.
So a sandwich doesn't have to have meat, in my opinion. Vegetarian sandwiches are still sandwiches if they abide by the 5 things rule. My sandwich recommendation would be to have some variety. You want a variety of colors, a variety of textures, and a variety of flavors. You should have something fatty like cheese or mayo, but you also may want something briny or acidic, a pickle or an olive or some sauerkraut. You can put something soft like a brie, but then add something crispy like a nice butter lettuce or arugula. Just go for it. You need a frame though. See, that's why the 5 things rule is good because you have a little frame. You know that you want balance and then you can just go wild within that frame. Personally, my kind of basic sandwich is some kind of meat, some cheese, usually a pickle, some crispy lettuce, mayo and mustard because I like that balance. And that's 6 things. But I also do get creative. I made a zucchini sandwich the other day and it was delightful.
You made a zucchini sandwich because, as we've discussed, zucchini is the gift that keeps on giving. You have to figure out what to do with the zucchini, and a zucchini sandwich, absolutely. Yep, that's an option.
It was great. I sauteed some zucchini planks and then I added olive oil, some hummus, some mint, parsley, dill, feta, peppers, and olives. It was delicious. I think that roast beef and pastrami are the best sandwich meats. I'll eat a turkey, sure, but roast beef and pastrami are the king's meats. One of my other favorite sandwich things is a good spicy pepper mix. I've had that at certain sandwich establishments and I always really enjoy it, but I've never actually been able to find a good spicy pepper mix to have at home. So if everyone has a spicy pepper recommendation for sandwiches, please hit us up. itchoosesyou@gmail.com. I want to hear about it because I need to order that shit.
This is actually the best possible use of that email address. Send us food recommendations. Oh my God.
Please. We got to give a nod to the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich. It's like a unicorn. It shows up for a day, maybe 2 a year. Even more than the Thanksgiving meal, it is the collection of the bounty, because not only is the bounty the Thanksgiving meal, but then there's all the work of cooking you put in, and then you get this amazing sandwich for a day or 2. Did you ever see that episode of Friends where Ross has the Thanksgiving sandwich?
Is this the time where I admit I really didn't watch Friends?
I mean, that's fine.
I think it is. And it's true, I didn't really watch it.
There's a whole drama around someone eating his special Thanksgiving sandwich from the work fridge.
Oh, well, I don't need to know that like, Friends is irrelevant. You do not eat somebody's lunch from the work fridge. That's the act of a sociopath.
Yeah, especially not a Thanksgiving sandwich, I mean. A sandwich must be cut into triangles. As Kenji Lopez Alt says, the wonderful chef, triangles taste better.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he got that line from his daughter, who told him the triangles taste better.
Well, with a triangle sandwich, you have 3 distinct perfect bites. Each of the points of the triangle is a distinct perfect bite.
Yeah.
Where the bread isn't jamming up into the corners of your mouth. It all stays in the center. Just enough. Yeah, I understand. I think his daughter is correct. She's a thought leader.
She definitely is. Also, everyone should check out Kenji's YouTube channel because he's been cooking from home for about the past year and a half, like a lot of us. And his videos are delightful. His daughter is not in them. He's respecting her privacy, but he does talk about her a little bit. And his recipes are wonderful. And it's really cool to see a competent cook cooking in their own space where they're at the most ease and they're cooking just for pleasure. That's delightful. And final note here on sandwiches, I will never not love a person who puts potato chips on their sandwich. It's delicious. I do it. And if you do it, you're kindred. The end.
Yeah.
Kindred.
Just this week, my roommate has a tendency to buy snack food that I consume. And we have a certain detente around this. He understands that if he leaves it for more than a few days, it's going to likely end up in my belly instead of his. Because that's just how our schedules and the timing of our activities work out. I recently, for dinner, made a sandwich of... Now, it's not a sandwich by your definition.
All right.
Because it was just a cheddar and sour cream Ruffles sandwich.
Oh my God.
There was no meat. There was no anything else. The chips were not the condiment. They were the sandwich.
I love you even more now.
I'm glad someone does. The crunch of the chip, the flavoring on the chip, the fattiness, and the best part is that you can use those really thick-cut, strong chips because the bread protects the roof of your mouth when you take the bite.
There's no sandwich-inflicted damage.
That's right. There's no scraping of the palate. Bread is an ideal palate protector.
I mean, and also, let's face it, we're all busy people. So it's just more efficient to go ahead and just put the chips on the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
It's just efficiency. It's just math.
That's right. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say except now I just really want to eat a sandwich.
So do I.
Okay, well, let's go do that. Thanks, Claire.
I'm going to eat a sandwich, then take a nap, y'all.
That sounds great.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We will see you on Wednesday for our next long episode. Ba-ba-ba-ba!
Woohoo. Bye.
Bye.
Testing. Great. Thank you for listening to It Chooses You. Your hosts are Teresa Sparks and Claire Patton. Our theme song is by Bobby Dart. If you'd like to get in touch with us, drop us an email at itchoosesyoupodcast@gmail.com.